Hey FragranceNet.com fans, my name's Justin, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite fragrances for the summer. I'm going to be talking about 5 fragrances here. All 5 of these fragrances come from very popular designer brands, and all 5 of these fragrances can be found on FragranceNet.com. So we're going to get started. No real particular order here. I love all 5 of these, so we're going to start off here with a brand new release. This is probably the newest fragrance from this bunch. This is from the house of Giorgio Armani, and it's called Acqua di Gio Absolu. This is a flanker to the original Acqua di Gio from the 1990s, and this is a beautiful scent, really easy to wear. It's still fresh and aquatic just like the original, so it comes off very clean and watery, but it does have a sweetness to it and a fruitiness to it. There's tonka bean in here. There's a bit of a warmth from what's called amber wood. So ultimately it comes off again fresh and a little sweet and fruity, but it does dry down to something a little bit more woody and a little bit more sensual. So it's perfect for either daytime or nighttime in the summer. Performance is great. It lasts a good while on the skin. I get at least 7 hours of longevity with very decent, projection and presence around me when I'm wearing it. So that is our first one here, Acqua di Gio Absolu from Giorgio Armani. Up next, this is a new acquisition to me in my collection that I received from FragranceNet.com from the house of Dior. This is an absolute classic. This is called Dior Eau Savage. This was originally released in 1966, if I'm not mistaken, but it has been reformulated numerous times. So the current version is not completely the same as it was when it came out in 1966. They've definitely updated it a bit to be a little bit more modern. This is a beautiful citrus aromatic scent. A lot of notes here, some green notes, some citrus notes, some woody notes, some spices and florals. Comes off a little bit classic, just a touch of vintage flair in there, but again, made a little bit more modern. It does have a nice gentlemanly quality to it. So again, it's fresh, it's citrusy, it's a little green and herbaceous and definitely woody. There's a lot of lemon in here. That's probably one of the main notes. Has a bit of a musky nature to it, just very masculine scent. Again, perfect for a gentleman. Perfect for just about all around use, but it shines, I think, in either the office or in formal occasions. You can really pull this off in a suit. So that is Dior Eau Savage. Up next, from the house of Valentino, another popular designer house. This is a popular flanker from their Uomo series. Uomo is Italian for man, and this is the Uomo Aqua version. So it's a more aquatic version of the original Uomo, which came out, I want to say maybe 2014 or 15, which was more of a sweeter cold weather scent. This one is again made fresher, made more aquatic. There's tomato in here, which is an interesting note, but it complements it so well. There's still a touch of sweetness to it from the original, but it is made a little bit more fresh, and it has what's called iris, which is the main player here. It's a floral note, and it can come off almost, some people say, a little bit lipsticky, a little bit waxy. So don't be put off by that. Trust me, it smells absolutely divine to me. The iris is perfectly blended with the other facets, so it's really just a nice composition overall. It's a little bit light. It wears a little light on my skin. It doesn't last all that long. I maybe get 5 hours out of this one, but just for a day out, this is a perfect scent, and it does have a nice elegance and class to it. So a perfect scent for like a lunch date or something like that. So that is Valentino Uomo Aqua. Up next, this is another classic from the 1990s. This is a scent that I grew up smelling. I have a lot of nostalgia with this fragrance. From the house of Tommy Hilfiger. This is the original Tommy for Men. Now, when I say original, again, I don't mean that this is the original version. It has definitely been reformulated since its release. So the formula has changed a bit. But man, this, again, so nostalgic for me. I have a very special place in my heart for this fragrance. Fresh, a little bit aquatic. It's woody, has a touch of sweetness to it. It's a little musky. There's a lot of apple in here. There's, I believe, lavender, which is a main player. There's even an interesting cactus note in there, which I don't really detect. But you know, it's a nice little thing to know that there's cactus in here. That's cool. And this fragrance was composed by a master perfumer in the industry, Alberto Marias, who composed the original Acqua di Gio from Armani. So this guy has a immense resume, and these are just a couple of things that he's done. So this is a beautiful scent, super perfect for casual situations. It just, I don't know, it has this very like confident and again fresh and clean vibe to it, so you just smell very put together. So this is a perfect scent if you want to just have something to throw on. If you can't think of what to wear, you pull out Tommy For Men, you spray this on, and you have nothing to worry about. You're going to smell fantastic. So that is Tommy Hilfiger For Men. And finally, I didn't have an order here, but I would have to say this is probably my favorite of these 5 because it's the most unique in my opinion out of these 5. From the house of Guerlain, this is L'Homme Ideal Cologne. Yet another flanker. And again, a flanker is basically a spin-off or kind of an alternative version of the original. And they usually do a different take on it. So they'll add a certain note that makes it a little different. They'll change the overall profile of it. So maybe make it from sweet to fresh like we saw with the Valentino. In this case, it's the same idea. There's original Guerlain L'Homme Ideal, which you can see here, which I believe is also found on FragranceNet.com. That was more of a cool weather scent. That's lots of tonka bean and there's some leather in there. It's sweet, it's rich. Again, great for the colder months. This is the Cologne version, as they call it. It is an eau de toilette, so it's not super light. It does have a little bit of staying power. This gives you a beautiful, the best way I can describe the scent is like a fizzy, sweet and creamy lemon soda. It is such a nice and pleasant scent. It's beautiful. You get a lot of grapefruit in here. There's pink pepper, which adds that spice to it, which kind of makes it sparkle, in my opinion. Gives it an effervescence, kind of makes it bubbly, as I said. You get quite a bit of vetiver in here. There's, again, a touch of sweetness. So it's playful, but it's also elegant and very classy. Such a gorgeous scent for the summer. You can put it on in a suit to a wedding or something like that. I might even wear this at night to go to dinner or something. So this is one of my favorites. I absolutely love this scent. I will be wearing this a lot myself. I highly recommend you check it out. This one's relatively inexpensive on fragrance.com. This might be one of the most inexpensive ones, maybe aside from the Tommy For Men here. So that is my list of 5 designer fragrances for the summer. I hope you found something interesting and something helpful in this review. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like us on Instagram and Facebook for fun giveaways, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, my name is Justin. Thanks for watching.